Hi, let's discuss reward and recognition in this video. In a competitive business climate, more business owners are looking at improvements in quality while reducing the cost. Meanwhile, a strong economy has resulted in a tight job market. So while businesses need to get more from their employees are looking more out of them. Employee reward and recognition program are one method of motivating employees to change work habits and key behaviors to benefit a business. First of all, let's try to understand the difference between reward and recognition. Although these terms are often used interchangeably, reward and recognition system should be considered separately. Employee reward system refer to a program set up by a company to reward performance and motivate employees on individual or group levels. They are normally considered separate from salary, but may be a monetary in nature or otherwise have a cost to the company. While previously considered the domain of the large company, businesses have also begun employing them as a tool to lure and attract top employees in a competitive job market, as well as to increase employee performance. As noted, although employee recognition programs are often combined with reward program, they retain a different purpose altogether. They are intended to provide a psychological rewards of financial benefit. Although many elements of designing and maintaining the reward and recognition system are the same, it is useful to keep this difference in mind, especially for business owner interested in motivating staffs while keeping the cost low. Now, let's move on and try to understand how we can differentiate rewards from merit pay and the performance appraisal. In designing a reward program, a small business owner needs to separate the salary or the merit pay system from the reward system. Financial rewards, especially those given on a regular basis, such as bonuses, profit sharing, etc., should be tied to an employee's on a group's accomplishment and should be considered pay at risk in order to distance them from salary. By doing so, a manager can avoid a sense of entitlement on the part of the employee and ensure that the reward emphasizes excellence or achievement rather than basic competency. Merit pay increases are not part of an employee reward system. Normally, they are an increase for inflation with additional percentage separating employees by competencies. They are not particularly motivating since the distinction that is usually made between a good employee and an average one is relatively small. In addition, they increase the fixed cost of the company as opposed to variable pay increases, such as bonuses, which has to be re-earned each year. Finally, in many businesses, teamwork is a crucial element of a successful employee's job. Merit increases generally review an individual's job performance without adequately taking into account the performance within the context of the group or business. Now, let's move on and check what are the key elements we have to keep in mind while we are building a reward program. We have to keep in mind that we have identification of company or group goals that the reward program will support. We have to identify the desired employee performance or behavior that will reinforce the company's goal. Determination of key measurement of the performance or behavior based on the individual or group's previous achievement. Determination of appropriate rewards. Continuation of the program to employees. Now, these are the key elements which we have to keep in mind in order to reap benefits such as increased productivity. The entrepreneur designing a reward program must identify company or group goals to be reached and the behavior or performance that will contribute to this. While this may seem obvious, Companies frequently make the mistake of rewarding behaviors or achievement that either fail to further business goals or actually sabotage them. If teamwork is a business goal, a bonus system rewarding individuals who improve their productivity by themselves or at an expense of another does not make sense. Likewise, if quality is an important issue for an entrepreneur, the reward system that he or she design should not emphasize rewarding the quantity of the work accomplished by the business unit. Properly measuring performance, properly measuring performance ensures the program payoffs in terms of the business goals. Since rewards have a real cost in terms of the time or money, small business owner need to confirm that the performance has actually improved before rewarding it. Often, this requires measuring something other than financial return, reduced defects, happier customer, more rapid deliveries, etc. When developing a reward program, an entrepreneur should consider matching reward to the end result for the company. Perfect attendance might merit a different reward than saving the company thousands of dollars through improved contract negotiation. It is also important to consider rewarding both individual and group accomplishment in order to promote both individual initiative and group cooperations and performance. Lastly, in order for a reward program to be successful, the specifics need to be clearly spelled out for every employee. Motivation depends on the individual ability to understand what is being asked of him and her. Once this has been done, reinforce the original communication with regular meeting or memos promoting the program. Keep your communication simple but frequent to ensure staff members are kept abreast of the changes to the system. Now, let's take a look at the different types of the reward programs which we might have, and we'll try to capture them one by one. The first one is variable pay. The variable pay or pay for performance is a compensation program in which a portion of a person's pay is considered at risk. Variable pay can be tied to the performance of the company, the result of a business unit, an individual's accomplishment, or any combination of these. It can take many forms, including bonus program, stock options, and one-time award for significant accomplishment. Some companies choose to pay their employee less than competitor, but attempt to motivate and reward employees using a variable pay program. Good incentive pay packages provide an optimal challenge, one that stretches employee but remain in reach. If too much is required to reach the goal, the program will be ignored. Now, let's have a look at the another type of the program we have, and that's called bonuses. Bonus program has been used in other kind of businesses for some time. They usually reward individual accomplishment and are frequently used in sales organization to encourage salesperson to generate additional business or the higher profit for the organization. They can also be used, however, to recognize group accomplishment. Indeed, increasing the number of businesses have switched from individual business program to one which reward contribution to corporate performance at group, department, or company-wide levels. According to some experts, businesses interested in long-term benefit should probably consider another type of reward. Bonuses are generally short-term motivators. By rewarding an employee performance for previous year, they encourage a short-term perspective rather than future-oriented accomplishment. In addition, these programs need to be carefully structured to ensure they are rewarding accomplishment above and beyond an individual or group basics function. Otherwise, they run the risk of being perceived of an entitlement or regular pay, merit pay, rather than reward for outstanding work. However, content that bonuses are perfectly legitimate means of rewarding outstanding performance, and they argue that such compensation can actually be a powerful tool to encourage future top level efforts. So this is all about bonuses. Now we have another one, which is profit sharing. Profit sharing refers to the strategy of creating a pool of monies to be distributed to employees by taking a stated percentage of the company's profit. The amount given to an employee is usually equal to the percentage of employee salary and is dispersed after a business closes its book for the year. The benefit can be provided either in actual cost or by a contribution to employees. A benefit for a company offering this type of reward is that it can keep the fixed cost at the lower side. The idea behind profit sharing is to reward employee for their contribution to a company's achieved profit goal. It encourages employee to stay put because it is usually structured to reward employees who stay with the company. Most profit sharing program requires an employee to be vested in the program over a number of years before receiving any money. Unless well managed, profit sharing may not properly motivate the individuals if all receive the share anyways. A team spirit can counter this, especially if it is arise from the employee and is not just a management propaganda. The another option is stock options. Previously, the territory of upper management and the large companies, stock options have become an increasingly popular method in recent years of rewarding middle management and other employees in most mature companies and startups. Employee stock option program give employees the right to buy a specified number of employee share at a fixed price for a specific period of time, usually around 10 years. They are generally authorized by a company's board of directors and approved by the shareholders. The number of options a company can award to employee is usually equal to the number or certain percentage of company's shares outstanding. Like profit sharing plans, stock options usually reward employee for sticking around, serving as long as possible. Once an employee have been with a company for a certain period of time, usually around 4 years, he or she is fully vested in the program. If the employee leaves the company prior to being fully vested, those options are cancelled. After an employee becomes fully vested in the program, he or she can purchase from the company an allocated number of shares at the strike price, and this purchase is known as exercising stock options. After purchasing the stock, the employee can either retain it or sell it to the open market, with the difference in the strike price and the market price being the employee's gain in the value of the share. Offering additional stock in the manner presents risk for both company and the employee. If the option strike price is higher than the market price of the stock, the employee's option is worthless. When an employee exercises an option, the company is required to issue a new share of stock that can be publicly traded. The company's market capitalization grows by the market price of the share, rather than strike price that the company purchased the stock for. The possibility of the reduction of the company's earning arise when the company has greater number of share outstanding. To keep ahead of this possibility, earning must be increased at the rate equal to the rate at which the outstanding shares increase. Otherwise, the company must repurpose or purchase shares on the open market to reduce the number of outstanding shares. Now, these are the conversation which we had about our rewards program. Now, let's have a look at the recognition program. For a business owner and other managers, a recognition program may appear to be merely extra effort on their part with few tangible returns in terms of employee performance. While most employees certainly appreciate monetary reward for a job well done, many people merely seek recognition for their hard work. For an entrepreneur with more ingenuity that cash available, this presents an opportunity to motivate the employees. In order to develop an effective recognition program, a business owner must be sure to separate the program for the company's system of rewarding employees. This ensures a focus on recognition the efforts of the employee. To this end, although the recognition may have a monetary value, such as gift vouchers and things like that, money itself is not given to recognize performance. Recognition has a timing element. It must occur so that the performance recognized is still fresh in the mind. If high performance continues, recognition should be frequent, but cautiously timed so that it does not become automatic. Furthermore, like the reward, the method of recognition need to be appropriate for achievements. This also ensures that those actions which go farthest in supporting corporate goals receive the most attention. However, an entrepreneur should remain flexible in the method of recognition, as different employees are motivated by different form of recognition. Finally, employees need to be clearly understand the behavior or actions being recognized. A business owner can ensure this by being specific in what actions will be recognized and then reinforcing this by communicating exactly what an employee did to be recognized. Now look at various ways by which an employee can be recognized. So one of them is recognition for performance. So whenever a business owner thinks that a person has performed to a certain level and there is a recognition program in place to recognize this employee for outstanding performance, there should be this kind of recognition program should be kicked off. There could be recognition program for employees to go extra mile, something which an employee has done beyond the job that person is supposed to do. Recognition can also be given for people to live company's value. Every company has a culture and every company has values. So if the company is interested in reinforcing the values in the organization, this kind of reward mechanism is very useful to reinforce values by recognizing people who are exhibiting values in the organization. There could be team recognition as well. Individual recognitions are good, but at the same time, if organization is willing to inculcate teamwork in the organization, there has to be some recognition mechanism to reward or to recognize the teamwork which employee has done. At the end, there are organizations who also recognize people for the longer tenure, and they recognize people who have completed 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, and 20 year in the organization. Now, these are the different occasions on which people can be recognized, and recognitions can be monetary and non-monetary. For example, you can give a cash voucher to the employee on any of those occasions. At the same time, you can also give a certification of appreciation for all those occasions. There are there are other ways as well. Organizations can give some kind of non-tangible rewards and recognition to the employee. Say if somebody is completing 5 years with the company, you're giving the person and his family a tour to a particular place or an access to a health fitness center. So there are various ways by this recognition can be given and awarded to the employees. With that said, we are done in this video. Hope at the end of the video, you are able to get a fair idea of what are the rewards mechanisms and what are the ways by which you can recognize the efforts of your employees. If you have any questions, feel free to put them on the comment box. Thank you.